Now, I received a text from a listener, Steve from Broomall, Pennsylvania, who also happens to be my son-in-law. Here's his text. It's go time. I've been listening the past couple weeks. Here's what I'm planning to do this weekend. On the lawn, weed and feed, not going to seed, and Magic Cow. Garden beds, get the pH to 5.5. How do I do that? Espoma plant tone around the drip lines and preen. Then hopefully for rain Monday to wash it all in. That boy he likes his lawn. I love that. I love that. So here's the thing. A lot of people use the terminology weed and feed. Don't put down a weed and feed now. Weed and feed is, and that he understood, weed and feed is meant for later when the weeds are actively growing, and probably, honestly, it's closer to June than it is to March. You want to put down now a crabgrass control with fertilizer. Crabgrass control with fertilizer, not weed and feed. Not weed and feed. If you have weeds that are perennial weeds that are overwintered, and you've got weeds in your landscape, and you're not, or in your lawn, and you're not going to seed, what I want you to do is put down the crabgrass control with fertilizer, and then spray your lawn with Weed Beater Ultra. Okay, Weed Beater Ultra from Bolnot. It is a broadleaf weed control and also controls a lot of other different weeds. It works when it's cool. Other brands can't say that. So this will work when the temperatures, I think, are as low as 45. And again, it's the thing that you want to use. It'll clean up everything. And a crabgrass control, you'll never see it work because it doesn't kill any weeds. It stops them from germinating. So again, it's going to stop your crabgrass. And at Bloomers, we suggest to use 2 applications. All those little crabgrass seeds are sitting in the soil, and they start to sprout, and you'll kill the early ones. But then there are also some that come late. They may not come until June, or actually even into late May. And that if the crabgrass control is basically stopped working by then, you need to put another application. Our customers have had great success with that. They're kind of startled that we tell them to put it down twice, but the results don't lie. Because what happens, they put down the one, and then it doesn't control all of the crabgrass, because then they have it start growing again sometime in May rather than preventing it again. So I suggest put down one crabgrass application now, then wait about 6 weeks and put down another crabgrass application. If you want to control dandelions, plantain, all those weeds that you see that have overwintered in your lawn, you can do with those all the same day. Weed Beater Ultra from Bonite. It is a liquid, and liquids work better for controlling existing weeds. Okay, ponder that for a moment. So, Steve also wants to change the pH of his landscape bed to 5.5. This borderlines on mad scientist play. I think 6.6 to 6.5 is good enough. Oof, just had a flashlight. My mother used to say, good enough is the enemy of the best. Anyway, 6.6 to 6.5 is good enough. And that you want to use, if you have all of a sudden you're finding that it's 7 or 7 plus, you want to use Espoma Holotone, a natural organic plant for acid-based plants that like that acid pH. Rhododendrons, azaleas, junipers, basically everything that's in your landscape. And you want to also use aluminum sulfate. Think of aluminum sulfate as the opposite of lime, where lime will bring the pH down. So it'll take it from, a 7 or 8 or, if you have 5.5 and you need to bring it back up like your lawns, you always have to apply lime or Magic Cow to your lawn every year just to hold it steady. This aluminum sulfate does the complete opposite. What that does is it makes it more acidic. And that's what Steve is trying to do in his landscape beds. He'll also have beautiful hydrangeas because the lower the pH, the more acidic the soil around your hydrangeas, you'll have blue hydrangeas. The more alkaline, you'll end up having pink hydrangeas. So, the big question here, Steve asked, will the aluminum sulfate and the holly-tone get through all the mulch? Answer is yes, eventually, someday. But the best thing to do is to rake that mulch off to the edges of the bed, up into against the house. Put down the fertilizer, put down the preen, and then go ahead and pull that mulch back. You may be surprised that he has all that compacted mulch and now all fluffy, and he may not need to add more mulch. So it's best to get it right on the soil, just right on the soil. And then rain Monday. Absolutely. No garden center owner wants it to rain other than during the week. It needs to stop Thursday. So, yes, rain Monday. Watering it in will activate everything and make it work. If you put it down and it doesn't rain for a couple of days, that's okay too. Because once it does get hit with water, it's gonna work in and start working. So again, rain on Monday. Let it rain on Monday. So. If you got questions like Steve about anything with your lawn, landscape, or garden, you know what to do. Call that number. That's 609-685-1880.